Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on the road. Hey guys, this is Down Phoenix, and I want to review High Hell. This is an excellent game that's been brought to us by the people at Devoler Digital, as well as Terri Vellman, the director of Heavy Bullets, which was a randomized first-person shooter kind of game. This game is a completely different experience, however. This is actually an arcade-style first-person shooter game, and words can't really describe it very well unless I show you guys up close and personal what this game is all about. So without further ado, let me just skip straight into a gameplay clip so you guys know exactly what we're talking about here. Okay, so I think that really kind of demonstrates what kind of game you'll get whenever you play High Hell. I mean, this game is a pure arcade experience like very few games I've ever played. I mean, even though it is a first-person shooter, it doesn't really share that much in common with games like Doom or Call of Duty or anything else that we typically classify as a first-person shooting game. I'd say the closest game that I can even think of that this game is similar to is Hotline Miami. However, it doesn't have a lot of the same nuances that Hotline Miami does. This game is a lot more simple in design, and this is a game that knows exactly what it wants to be. As a matter of fact, the way I imagine it, if this was a game that came out in like 1987, I could have easily seen this as being a game that you would have saw at arcades, where it just sucks your quarters and it only has like 3 buttons or something like that. Something really crazy that wouldn't really make a lot of sense in today's gaming philosophy. But the thing is, High Hell, it's just a game that, I don't know, it's a Devoler Digital game. It's crazy. It is a bonkers game. And I highly recommend checking out some more of this game, of course. But there is a little more that I'd like to show off with this game. So let's go ahead and take a look at another clip. Accidentally had the window screwed up there, but I'll shut up now. So, this game is fast-paced and frantic. It doesn't really give you much time to think. You do get the ability to utilize cover and things like that, of course. You know, you do have a little bit of strategy that's involved with the game, but this game is all about fast reflexes and memorization. As a matter of fact, there's barely any kind of advantages that the player can take utilization of outside of the occasional health pickup, which isn't even in every level. Only some stages actually have health pickups. And of course, this game also has really crazy and wacky loading screens, which seem to be forced. Like, it's actually like kind of a mini game, almost in a way, some of these crazy loading screens. But it's a lot of fun. I really have enjoyed what I've played of this game. This game is a really, really short game. I mean, it's amazingly short, and my phone is going crazy right now. I'm getting emails and all that kinds of stuff. I probably should have muted it before I actually did this live stream, but we're doing it live, people. This is how it is. When you do live streams, sometimes you get things like this that just happen. But I hope you guys do enjoy this kind of live format. So let's go ahead and look at the game. As you can see, the graphical style is very simple. It harkens back almost to the old school cel-shaded games that we saw from like Jet Set Radio and 13, you know, that FPS game that was like all cel-shaded on the PS2 and whatnot. This game definitely has that kind of look and style. So if you like simple, bright, bold colors with like basically no texture mapping, I mean, you'll really love and appreciate the style of this game. Now, on the other hand, obviously, if you're a PC elitist that has to have a game that pushes your 1080 Ti to the max, this is not the game for you on that, because I'm only running on an R9 360, and I'm running this game at 1080p, 60 frames a second with the footage I'm capturing. So it's obviously a very simple game. It'll run on just about any computer, and I really like the look and aesthetic of it. It's fantastic. You know, this game has a very interesting style. It's really weird when you have something that's so basic and bare bones in terms of a graphical style, and yet it speaks so much to the game. You know, the graphics are a benefit to the game, if anything. And I highly recommend viewing the game. Well, let's check out some more. Let's check out a boss fight. Yes, this game has boss fights, believe it or not. Let's check one out. Now, one thing you might have noticed is that into that clip as I jump out of the building and parachute down, that's actually how you complete all of the stages in this game, which is really neat. It's a really crazy idea, but it's just so fun and frantic, you know. But at the same time, it's a very simple game. As a matter of fact, you only have a few buttons that you even use. You use the WASD keys, you use E and R is only used to restart, so it's the same as Hotline Miami in that regard. You use space to jump, E's to use objects and kick doors open, and then of course left mouse button to shoot. Right mouse button gives you the option to zoom in so you can get a long range shot. That's basically the extent of the controls, which is insane to think about in a first person shooter game, because even old school FPS games like Doom from 1993, of course, as well as Wolfenstein 3D, they had more buttons that they use than this game does. So, like I said, it really speaks to how simple and basic the design of this game is. And obviously, if you're looking for something that's really complex and nuanced, this probably is not the game for you. But if you want a game that knows exactly what it wants to be, just a fast, arcade, good time, this is definitely High Hell. High Hell is a game that I wholeheartedly recommend. And when we ask the question, is it worth it? I would say yes, if you like these kinds of experiences. If you're someone that loves old school arcade games as much as you love fast-paced first-person shooter games, you will definitely love High Hell. There's a lot of replay value for people like you, because you may be the type of person that likes to get faster times, get higher scores. This game really peaks onto that. It really delves into that kind of capability. But it does have its flaws, of course, like I mentioned. You know, it does seem to miss some of the details that I would have loved to seen, like different difficulty settings to kind of, you know, challenge yourself a bit more. Maybe some change up in the enemy placement. Maybe after beating the game, getting some kind of cool unlockables, like maybe a new weapon or two, so you can kind of play through the stages again in a different way. Just things like that would have been really cool to see in High Hell. But that being said, if you like what you see, you know, obviously it's a game for you. And if I had to give out of 10, like I said, it's a game that knows exactly what it wants to be, and it's a very solid experience as far as that. But there are certain little things that it could do better, and I want to congratulate Terri Vellman for making a fantastic game. I had a lot of fun playing it, even if it was kind of on the short end. I still imagine that I'll imagine. I still imagine that I'll imagine. I still imagine that I'll be playing this game off and on for some time, and I just wholeheartedly recommend checking it out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below if you happen to be watching afterwards. But we're going to go ahead and wrap things up with a little bit of a quick live stream. We're going to get into a small bit of gameplay, doing it live, of course, so you guys can see exactly how this game unfolds when you're playing it. So let's go ahead and pop over here. That's not the game, obviously, but let's go ahead and launch it. And I am going to get in here in just a sec. Let's see if we can add the webcam real quick. Yep, so I can get myself in the corner there so you guys can see me in all my glory. All my glory hole. So we got Devoler Digital, Terri Vellman, and Dose 1, of course. I forgot to mention Dose 1 actually does the soundtrack for this game, and it's a great soundtrack. I highly recommend giving it a listen. I'm going to turn down the audio of the game just a tad so you can hear me a little bit better. But let's go ahead and we're just hop into a mission here. Let's just go into the stage right after that boss fight that I showed you guys. So let's go ahead and hop right into that mission here. Just going to play a couple of missions just so you guys can see what this is all about. Oh, yeah. Is it getting kind of choppy here? I don't know, man. But anyways, yeah, it is looking a little choppy on the stream there. Well, crap. Hold on a second. Maybe we'll do it without the webcam. Maybe the webcam's kind of killing it. So let's try this now. No, just something crazy is making the stream all laggy. Well, fantastic. I'd love to show you guys some live gameplay of this, but we're kind of at odds with that for some reason. Yeah, it's not showing smooth motion at all. So I guess you'll have to take my word on it that this is an excellent game to play. And yeah, exactly. Who's thumbing this down? Probably somebody that didn't even watch this part of it. Yeah, the title might have triggered somebody, but you know what? I think it's an honest question. High hell, is it worth it? I say yes. It is a fun and interesting game, and I highly recommend it for people that love arcade-style games / first-person shooters. So I guess that's all there is to it. I wish I could have did a little live gameplay like I was talking about, but for some reason it got really laggy, even though the stream seemed to be fine otherwise, I guess. But whatever. I guess that's all the time we've got for now, folks. So, Down Phoenix out.